In 2015, Elim celebrated its centenary, its 100th birthday.
2015 rocked up and there it was, 100 years of the Elim movement. Wow.
A year of celebrating 100 years of who we are and what God's done.
And it was a year that would become really significant for us as young people and youth leaders across the movement, because God began to speak to us about opening the door to the next 100 years.
And so we started to spend some time praying and talking together, imagining and dreaming together, God, what could it look like to announce something new?
Who God is calling us to be, our next season. Not that it's our job to prescribe that or to contain it, but I do believe that it is our job to prepare for that.
And God kind of spoke to us about announcing a new season. Very clearly we had this idea that it wasn't for us to prescribe what He was going to do, but to announce that there was a new moment coming, a new movement that we had to kind of call out and gather people towards.
And so sometimes with a new season comes a new name.
We knew we had to change things up, we need to come up with a new name.
And so as a team we began to talk and pray and talk and pray and ask consultants and talk and write on flip chart paper.
I come up with bizarre names, that's my thing that I do, but nothing, not a blind thing, not a flying badger. It was an absolute disaster. Meeting after meeting after meeting, couldn't get a name, just wasn't happening.
And we came to nothing until one wonderful holy moment, when we were with our team in Ireland and we were having a night of prayer and worship. And
one of the team got up and started to pray this incredible prayer about a limitless God, about the limitless potential and capacity in our younger generations. And as she prayed, the room stirred. It was a holy moment. We sensed the Spirit of God moving, and we looked at one another, whispering, imagining, daring to believe that this could be what God was saying.
She said, God, I thank you that the things that you can do through the lives of the young people is limitless if they're walking with you. And we pray that they would begin to see themselves through the eyes of a limitless God, that they would take off the limitations that hold them back.
And I was like, wow, that's the thing. I grab my journal, I scribble it down, and I hold it up to the big man, Tim, and I say, there it is, limitless, that's the thing. And he goes, yeah, I know.
It was a wonderful moment because as a team, we were sitting on the edge of our seats and we were looking at one another across the room, and we were nodding. And I remember that Rich was just there next to me, and he got out his journal and he was writing things down, and he held it up to me, and we were looking at each other and nodding, and we knew that this was it, that this was the new thing God was doing. This was the new thing that God was saying.
And suddenly it stuck. Limitless. A word of movement, a word of potential.
And we realised that who God is calling us to be as a youth movement is limitless.
So as of today, Elim's youth ministry is limitless.
And this is an invitation of who we are becoming in God, that we are a limitless movement, a limitless generation.
We are asking you to join together a united movement of younger generations saying, we will follow after a limitless God. We will overcome limitations in Him. We will be all that God has called us to be because we believe that anything is possible.
Limitless is an invitation to participate in something across churches, across youth groups, across towns, across cities, across this nation that God is doing.
Limitless is a call for a united movement of young people. Limitless is an invitation into who God is calling us to become in Him.
Limitless is who God is. Limitless is who you are through Him.
You're no longer held back by your past. You've got an amazing tomorrow. So join us on this amazing adventure.
You are a limitless generation. He is a limitless God. We are limitless.
Together, we are limitless.
Together, we are limitless.
We are limitless.